This is one of the most profitable offers in match betting right now, and in this video I'm going to show you exactly how to take advantage of it. This is the William Hill 25% boost offer, and with the right strategy we can hit some huge wins, including a double boom of back and lay side both winning. First of all, hello, I'm Joe and I've been match betting for a few years now, and I'm also the co-owner of the Match Betting Empire group. Just a quick disclaimer, if you are completely new to match betting, this probably isn't the best video to watch. There are some slightly more advanced techniques like underlaying, and I talk about lays as well in general. So if you don't know what laying is or how match betting works, then I'd probably recommend going to watch some of my earlier videos first. Maybe stuff on sign-up offers is a good place to start, or just videos about how laying works in general, that'd be good. But anyway, the William Hill 25% boost offer. So William Hill are currently offering a 25% boost on all bet builders with 3 or more selections and also above odds of 4.0. And this is only on selected games. It's on every Premier League game, and to be honest, most of the big games like the Champions League games and the big international matches, as well as, for say, if there is no Premier League games on a day, then the Championship, it'll be on that as well. It really just depends on the day, but it will say on the game whether it's available, the 25% boost, and also the impact sub offer, it will say if that's available as well, but I'll get into that a bit later and I'll explain what that is. So the main things are, for the criteria for this, is a bet builder, 3 or more selections, and minimum odds of 4.0 to get the 25% boost. And you can get one of these on per game, so you have one 25% boost per game. So if there's 5 Premier League games on, then you'll be able to get 5 of these on. Where this is really appealing though is every time you do this, you also qualify for a promotion called Impact Sub. Now William Hill call this Impact Sub, but you might have heard this be called other things like Super Sub, or Bet365 have another name for it like Sub On, Play On or something like that, I can't remember, but William Hill call it Impact Sub. And the premise is, say your player gets substituted and didn't get whatever the bet was. If your sub comes on and he gets whatever the bet is, then it pays out as a winner. So let's say we had Saka to score, and in the match Saka didn't score and he got subbed at 70 minutes, and then Odegaard came on and he scored, and Odegaard was Saka's direct substitute, it would pay out as a winner. Now with match betting, this can be insanely profitable. So let's use the example of Saka to score a goal. We would back and lay this normally, and with the 25% boost we might even be able to get the back odds higher than the lay odds. So if Saka does actually score, then we will make some profit, but if Saka doesn't score and his substitute scores, then both sides will pay as a winner, and this can be absolutely huge. At the time of recording this, last week was Cheltenham week, and we actually had 3 super sub winners, not related to Cheltenham but from football, and each one of those was over £100 in profit. And as always with match betting, if you're not familiar, this is completely risk-free. That's the important bit about match betting. If none of this happen, then we're not going to lose any money. Now on the other hand, I'm not saying that it's a regular thing that these impact sub double wins come in. It's really not, and before last week we hadn't had one for, I want to say, like a month. But you know, if you manage to get 1 or 2 every month, that's an extra few £100s just from this one offer alone, and it really doesn't take much time. And on top of this, you can actually get some nice underlay wins as well. If you're not familiar with what underlaying is, it's basically where you get it so if the bet wins, then you make some money, but if it doesn't, then you just break even. And now this isn't talking about the impact sub whatsoever, this is literally just normal back and lay. So for Saka, say we managed to boost Saka to score any time with the 25% boost to 6.0, we would then be able to lay it potentially at low odds of say like 5.5, which is pretty regular for these sort of things that we get on. So then Saka does end up scoring in the match, and then our backside wins and our lay side loses its liability, but because the backside is higher odds than the lay side, then we're going to make profit. If the backside was 6.0 and the lay is 5.5, then that's going to be £10 profit on a £20 stake. Oh, and also the maximum stake for this offer is £20. So as you can see with this offer, it's really profitable because there's 2 different ways that you can make money. You can either make money if the bet does just land normally and whatever it is, Saka to score, it does come through. But you can also make money if he doesn't do it and his sub does manage to do it, and then you get an absolute huge win of both back and lay. And with this double boom of back and lay, you don't lose any of the liability from the lay. So you make £20 profit from the lay, and you make all of the normal profit from a normal bet, but obviously you don't have any of the risk, which makes it so appealing. And also with these, the odds can be quite high. So if you do manage to get that double boom of back and lay, then it's going to be an absolutely huge winner. Say the odds are like 14.0 on the back and you manage to get the lay for 13.5, then your total profit is going to be 14.0 times by 20, and then plus the £20 from there, so it's going to be about £280 in profit, completely risk-free. Okay, let me explain to you how you actually put on William Hill 25% boost, because there is a bit of nuance with here, and it's not as simple as just putting on Saka to score and boosting it. You have to use 3 selections, as I said at the beginning of the video. So how do we do this? There are some common bets that we go for with these William Hill 25% boost impact sub offers, both because they're good and they're just selections that are possible with this boost and the 3 selections and all these sort of rules and stuff. So we've got first first goal scorer, anytime goal scorer, anytime assist, 2 or more goals by a player, and then those are all the player ones, and then you can also do stuff like half-time, full-time winner and stuff like that, but don't worry about that for now. Let's just focus on the player stuff. So for these player bets, which is what we generally do with these William Hill 25% boost impact sub offers, we're going to use over 0.5 total goals in the match and then over 0.5 goals for the team that we're putting the player on for. So let me show you an example from the group. We actually have a dedicated channel just for this offer because it is extremely profitable. So we have one channel where all of these picks for this specific offer get posted. This makes things really convenient just to find them all in one place. So this one was a few weeks ago, I think. I think it was actually a winner, not a super sub double sides winner, but just a normal underlay winner. And it was Alexander Isak to score the first goal. That's what FGS means, first goal scorer. And the back odds were 5, then the lay odds were 4.5. That's what the 5/4.5 means. And the lay odds were on Smarkets, which is an exchange where we lay things. So how would you go about putting this on William Hill so you can get the boosted odds to 5.0? As I said before, it's just over 0.5 total goals and goals for the team of the player, in this case Isak, so it's Newcastle, and then whatever the bet is, so just Isak to score first. And then that allows us to boost. You see the 25% boost in the bottom right. Happy days, boosted to 5.0, and the layers at 4.5. So that was for first goal scorer, and the other goal scorer bets are pretty similar, to be honest. It's pretty intuitive. You just use the same over 0.5 and over 0.5 for the team. So after seeing first goal scorer, anytime goal scorer is literally just going to be the exact same, but instead of first goal scorer, it's going to be anytime goal scorer. And let's say for Phil Foden to score 2 or more goals in the match, then it's going to be these selections. And for player anytime assist, Phil Foden to assist at any point, then it's going to be these selections. I hope it's starting to make a bit more sense now. It's really easy. Once you've done your first few, you just automatically do it more or less. So yeah, I hope this will make sense. As I said, you can do some half-time, full-time picks. These are slightly more confusing, but it works in similar ways. If you wanted to do like half-time draw, then second half a team to win, you'd put first half result draw, second half result whichever team is going to win the second half, and then full-time result as that same team, because if that team draws the first half and then wins the second half, they're going to win the match. But to be honest, I wouldn't worry about that too much. I'd try and focus on the player picks because it has the important impact sub offer where both sides could potentially win, which is really exciting. Let me highlight some of these double boom back and lay winners from the last week. As I said, we had 3 last week, which was just amazing for us. It was absolutely huge. The first one of the week was Ollie Watkins to score first in Aston Villa's Champions League match. I think it was versus Club Bruges. So we managed to get the 25% boost and boosted Ollie Watkins to score first to 6.0 using those same 3 selections I described for Isak, but just for Watkins. So if you're not sure, then that would just be over 0.5 total goals, over 0.5 goals for Aston Villa, and Ollie Watkins to score first. Those are the 3 selections we needed. And as I said, we boost that to 6.0. We were then able to lay this at lower odds of 5.8 on Smarkets. So if you're quick at maths and if you want to use a match betting calculator, that's fine. You put in the stake £20, 6.0, and then the lay at 5.8. And remembering we're underlaying here, so the back stake is going to be the same as the lay stake with 0% commissions. If you're not sure what standard laying or underlaying is, then I've got a whole video on that you could watch. But if you did score first, then we make £4 profit, which isn't crazy in itself, it's alright, but what actually ended up happening is both the back and the lay won. If you watched the match, then you would have seen that Watkins got subbed and Marco Asensio got substituted for him, and he actually ended up scoring the first goal in the match. Therefore, the impact sub paid out the back as a winner and also our lay one because it was only on Watkins to score first. So because both the back and the lay paid out as a winner, we made £100 profit from the back and £20 profit from the lay, meaning we made £120 in total profit, which isn't bad for one bet that probably took 20 seconds to put on. The next one was Callum Hudson-Odoi to score any time in the match, and the back odds were 5.5 and the lay odds were 5.4. This is a very close difference, and normally we wouldn't really recommend putting on something like this because it is so close in difference, but because we have the impact sub offer, everything like this is definitely worth it, and it was worth it in this case because Hudson-Odoi got subbed and his substitute Jota Silva actually ended up scoring. So that was a total of £110 in risk-free profit, so that's £90 from the back, £20 from the lay. And last but not least, we had one on Raul Jimenez to score first in the match. The back odds on this one were 6.63 and the lay odds were 6.0. So even if he did score first, that's still going to be over £12 in profit if he did score first. But he didn't, but his sub did, so both sides ended up winning. And this was a total of £132 in risk-free profit. These are not the biggest winners by far. There have been ones over £200, over £300 because the odds have been just so high. But these are pretty standard and still a lovely boost. And you know, making £100 profit risk-free is pretty crazy if you think about it. So yeah, I hope I've explained how this offer works and I've given you some examples of winners. The main thing is just going to be volume, trying to get on as many of these as possible. As I said, we have a channel in our group which is literally just dedicated to this offer, and we have loads of them going in every day, or at least every day there's a big game or a game with this offer on. But the more of these you manage to get on, the greater the chance of you hitting one of these double booms of back and lays. I'm going to plug and say there's not really any other match betting service that has a dedicated channel like this that is as active and posts all of them on here for you. And if you were to get in, it's £20 a month for this, and this one channel alone is going to make you well more than that £20 every month. And even if you made one Impact sub a month, this going to clear your subscription cost like tenfold. And even if you didn't get an Impact sub every month, you're still going to clear that comfortably because of all the underlay winners as I was describing. That is again why this offer is so good. There's two different ways you can make money from it. But yeah, if you want to check it out, then I would highly recommend it, to be honest, because there's not really anything else like this for this offer. I know some other groups have sort of like a page for it, but it's not the same and it's not as active. And even with some of the bigger ones, as soon as something gets put in their forums, then it just gets eaten up. Either the lay is going to inflate massively or the back's going to get cut. But with ours, because maybe we're slightly smaller, that doesn't really happen. So everyone is willing to share the boosts that they found and stuff like that, which really makes a nice community, and a lot of really good boosts that you won't find anywhere else are on here. Sorry about that quick plug. But yeah, hopefully I haven't missed anything and I've explained everything. Again, the main ones are going to be anytime goal scorer, first goal scorer, player to score 2 or more goals, anytime assist. Those are the main ones you're going to put on with this. It can be a really good offer as I've described, so if you are just starting match betting and you're sort of getting into it, this is going to be a good one to focus some attention on. It's similar to the strategy of the boost of backing and laying or underlaying, where the back stake is the same as the lay stake. Ooh, and one last tip, make sure your odds format is on decimal, not fractional. It's going to make this so much easier, but that's just in general for match betting. Make sure your odds format is on decimal. You can do it on the settings of any bookmaker. But yeah, I think I've said everything. Thank you so much for watching.